Navy SEALs are recognized for having one of the toughest training regimens in the military. Of 1,000 SEALs who begin training, only about 150 to 200 succeed. Ed Byers not only became a SEAL, but was one of a handful in the service who received the Medal of Honor for his heroic acts of valor. Byers spoke about his faith and wartime experiences at a Westfield parish earlier this spring. Steve Kiltonick has the story now of service to his country and to his God.
The Medal of Honor is the United States' highest and most prestigious award for military valor in action. It's awarded to American armed servicemen who have distinguished themselves for conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of life above and beyond the call of duty. One of those recipients, Master Chief Edward Byers, Jr., visited Blessed Sacrament Church in Westfield on March 23rd as part of the parish's Lenten Speaker Series. Before a packed congregation, Byers spoke on his military and faith journey, as well as the mission from which he was honored for his heroic actions in Afghanistan. Byers grew up on a farm in Grand Rapids, Ohio. His father was a World War II Navy veteran, part of the Greatest Generation. Patriotism was part of everyday life. Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Veterans Day were always special times to celebrate. Byers recalls being in 6th grade when the Gulf War broke out.
Tanks rolling across the desert and Apache helicopters and things of that nature. It was just visually very captivating. My sophomore year, it became very evident that I wanted to become a SEAL.
Byers' spiritual mentorship came from his brother-in-law, Deacon Trevor Hernandez, whom he describes as an incredible theologian.
I got to witness him go through his diaconate program as a teenager and listen to how he spoke about the faith, defended the faith.
In 1998, Byers joined the Navy as a corpsman and medic, but had to wait 4 years before receiving orders to go to BUDS, or Basic Underwater Demolition Training, to become a SEAL.
SEAL training is hell on earth. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's renowned around the world as the hardest training in the world.
Byers often relied on his Catholic faith, praying for the strength to get him through the grueling training. In the Navy, Byers developed a devotion to St. Michael the Archangel. In Iraq, Byers noticed a patch of St. Michael on the arm of a fellow SEAL.
It just jumped out at me, and so I walked right over to him and I said, "Can I have this?" And he just took it off his arm and gave it to me, and I wore that. I still have it to this day, absolutely. But I wore it on every single mission I've ever been on.
During 9 combat tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, Byers prayed the words, "St. Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle, be our protection." It was no different on the night of December 8th, 2012. On that fateful night, Byers and SEAL Team 6 was called down to rescue an American doctor taken captive by the Taliban. Dr. Joseph was being held in a remote outpost at the base of a mountain. The mission's success relied on surprise. Byers' team landed by helicopter about 5 hours outside the target area. They hiked in darkness for hours and down the back side of the mountain. With Chief Petty Officer Nick Check as the point man, the team moved toward the entry door. A security guard outside was first taken out. As the team entered the pitch-black room, Check was immediately struck by small arms fire. Disregarding imminent danger, Byers ripped down the blankets that covered the door and killed a Taliban fighter pointing an AK-47 at him. He was then able to pin down another fighter to the ground with his knees.
I engaged that person that I was on top of, and then I leapt across the room and on top of the doctor to shield him from the other fire that was happening in the room. I was in arm's reach of the person that was one of the other Taliban guards that was right behind me, and I was able to pin him to the wall by the throat, which gave enough time for the rest of our team to come in and then take care of all the other threats in the room.
During the operation, Chuck was mortally wounded. After the team safely returned to base with the doctor, Byers knelt down beside his fallen comrade, said some Hail Marys, and a prayer to St. Michael.
I just felt in that moment, at the last moments of his life, that I wanted to do something to him that I would hope somebody would do for me.
Ed is defined by a deep sense of humility. He doesn't seek the spotlight. In fact, he shuns it.
For his heroic actions on February 29, 2016, in a ceremony at the White House, Byers received the Medal of Honor from President Barack Obama.
I remember hearing all the camera clicks as I moved, like in unison to when I moved my head. But I wanted to do that because I looked every single person like in the eye. Each person that was in that room was very special to me and meant a lot.
By his undaunted courage, intrepid fighting spirit, and unwavering devotion to duty in the face of near certain death, Chief Petty Officer Byers reflected great credit upon himself and upheld the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service.
Byers believes Medal of Honor recipients have a responsibility to always protect the values of what the medal represents.
It comes down to the traits that it represents of sacrifice, and integrity, patriotism, courage, commitment, and citizenship.
Now retired after a 21-year career as a Navy SEAL, Byers lives in the D.C. area and has his own government consulting business. He is also part of the Congressional Medal of Honor Society and travels around the country promoting the virtues embodied by the medal and to inspire others to serve.
And thankfully, we still have that strong, 1% that's willing to raise their right hand and swear an oath to this nation, because if we didn't have that, we would be waking up in a generation wondering what happened to our freedoms.
On this Memorial Day, Americans are indebted to men like Byers, who quietly and unselfishly perform heroic deeds every day. We also pause and reflect on our fallen heroes like Navy SEAL Nick Check, whose ultimate sacrifice must never be forgotten. For Real to Real, I'm Steve Kiltonic.
As we mark this Memorial Day, we also honor veterans from all wars for their service, and we salute those highly selective Medal of Honor recipients who answered their country's call without hesitation when it was most needed.